How are you, good people? Welcome back to Film Findings. In his early 30s, Mandar is a typical youth, a sex addict, and a player. While his friends are all married with kids, he is only interested in scoring one-night stands. In the beginning of the movie, Mandar's friends approach him and tell him it's time to settle down. They believe he's too old for casual relationships. Mandar disagrees, explaining that he sees sex as purely physical, comparing it to the satisfaction of a flawless bowel movement. He emphasizes that love is separate and not necessary for engaging in sexual relationships. Later, Mandar goes to a disco bar where he spots a girl. He approaches her and offers to buy her a drink, but their conversation is interrupted by the girl's male friend. This friend teases Mandar, calling him uncle, and slaps him. Overwhelmed, Mandar leaves the situation. The next morning, Mandar opens up to his cousin Dilip about his desire to get married. Dilip suggests that Mandar pursue a love marriage instead of an arranged one, believing it suits Mandar's personality better. Mandar starts meeting different women, but he holds the belief that he must disclose his past affairs before getting married, thinking that no woman would accept him once they learn the truth. He tells Dilip about his rejections, and Dilip advises him that arranged marriage is more suitable for decent individuals. During his journey, Mandar meets a girl named Tripty. He invents a story about being deeply in love with a girl from his school days, never having the courage to confess his feelings to her. Tripty is impressed by his fictional tale, and this becomes a turning point in their relationship. The story takes us back to Mandar's early teenage years in the year 1989. Mandar and his cousin Dilip visit their village in Maharashtra, where their cousin Shadich awaits them. Shadich, a 15-year-old studying in a military school, is wise beyond his age when it comes to marriage, love, and sex. As their vacation ends, Mandar realizes he's no longer a kid. In the present day, Mandar's mother sends him to pick up his aunt from the airport. On his way to the office, he calls Tripty and tells her he won't be able to meet her that evening as he has to go to the airport. The next scene takes us 6 months back, to Tripty and Mandar's first meeting. They talk about marriage and share bits of their lives. Tripty sees Mandar as a simple man looking for a normal girl, unaware of his player nature. Later, in the car, Tripty receives a call from Chucks and disconnects it. She opens up to Mandar about her past relationship, but Mandar doesn't seem to care. Tripty is shocked by his reaction and mentions that a previous boy she met overreacted to the same information. The car stops next to a movie poster, and Tripty asks if Mandar has seen the original version of that movie. Mandar refuses. The story suddenly takes us back to Mandar's childhood when he couldn't find tickets for that particular movie but ended up watching adult movies instead. During the porn movie show, a police raid interrupts the screening, and Mandar gets caught. The police officer punishes him by shaving half of his head, despite Mandar's apology and explanation of the mistake. He hurriedly escapes and arrives home completely bald, telling his family he got a haircut due to dandruff. The next day at school, he notices his friend Surya is also bald and asks if he watched the movie, to which Surya replies affirmatively. Surya and Mandar had become crime partners. Together they would wait for girls outside tuition and tease women together. Mandar leaves the prettiest girl in the tuition and proposes to that girl's friend. She responds to him the next day and says yes to him. After becoming a girlfriend, Mandar becomes famous in school and gives a tip to his friends that always propose to the second best girl. She will easily fall in love. The movie now moves forward to 1995 and Mandar is now in Pune and is studying for his engineering and lives in a hostel there. He is accompanied by his cousins Dilip and Shadich. Shadich is an army officer by now. Mandar stalks Parul only for having sex with her. While making out in the hostel room, they are caught by the warden and Mandar gets expelled from the hostel, leading him to rent a small flat. Then he used to meet Parul unhindered. But he meets a beautiful housewife Yatsna and sets his sights on her. Meanwhile, Shadich brings many beauties to Mandar's flat. One of Shadich's many girlfriends has a friend Anju who is being sexually abused by her own father. As soon as he came to know about this heinous act, he became very angry. Shadich beats up the father and takes Anju and her younger brother away from him. The ordinary-looking Anju has a maturity and strength that gradually makes Shadich fall in love with her. In an amusing scene, Mandar and Dilip talk about how Shadich didn't fall for any of the pretty girls he was seeing, but fell in love with a dark-complexioned plain girl. They both conclude with a racist joke that love is not only blind but color-blind. Shadich marries Anju and they eventually have a son. Getting back to Mandar's and Josana story, their casual flirting gradually reaches a point where they start an affair. Hers is a marriage that has petered into nothingness, given her husband has let himself go out of shape and humor. Yatsna, needing sexual fulfillment, finds it in Mandar. Their furtive affair carries on for a while, Josana visiting Mandar's flat from time to time, before Deepak finds out. Once again Mandar is forced to shift residences and finally ends up staying with Dilip. In 1996, Mandar meets Parul again in order to keep in touch with her and is left heartbroken when he finds her with another guy, Alec. After college, Mandar is shown working a full-time job but is involved in a booty call arrangement with an older married woman who goes by the name Savita Bobby. In due course, Shadish is killed in an encounter with insurgents in Kashmir. Mandar again is left heartbroken from losing his cousin and a good friend. In the present, Mandar is still waiting for his aunt and has his eye on the girl in the waiting area. Then Mandar got a message from Tripty that she will not be able to come. The film goes back 5 months and it has been a month since Mandar and Tripty met. Both are now seen enjoying each other's company. Mandar also introduces her to his friends and takes her to his party. Tripty tells him that she is going to Pune to meet her parents and Mandar also asks her to come but she refuses. Mandar reaches Pune without informing her, and follows her to a store and surprises her. Both were close, then both got engaged. After the engagement Anju goes home a few days later with her and Shadish's son and Mandar gets emotional seeing his son. This incident brings Tripty close to him as she comforts him. 1 month before at Tripty's friend's party, Tripty's ex-boyfriend Chax enters the equation. Cool, suave and charming, Chax is all that Mandar is not, and Tripty's history with Chax trouble him no end and make him insecure to the point where he assumes that Tripty is leaving him for Chax. He has one last encounter with Savita Bobby. The film now shifts to the present and he is tired of waiting at the airport, and approaches the girl in the waiting area. They start talking and he tells her his name is Chugs. He takes her to a hotel and drops her but the girl offers him coffee. She is serving him coffee when Mandar grabs her from behind and she asks him to leave. Just then that girl's phone rings and that call was from Mandar's father. She gives her hotel address to her father and then her father calls Mandar and asks Shobha to bring him home by giving the address of the hotel. Mandar is tensed and when he checks her passport, it is revealed that it is the same person's passport that he had gone to the airport to pick up. He goes out of the room, thinks a bit and again knocks on his gate, and tells her that he has come to pick her up, but she refuses him. After this scene, his whole life starts passing in front of his eyes, and he spends the night drinking with Dilip. Drunk, he decides that he will tell Tripty the truth and leaves and goes to her home. Dilip tells him to tell her everything when he will be sober. That's why he spends the night in front of her building. In the morning he goes to Tripty's house and finds Chug sleeping on the sofa. She tells that he had come last night in a drunken state and had slept. He then tells Tripty about his sex addiction. Dilip sees that he has come down and sitting in the auto. When Dilip asks what happened, he tells him that he told her everything and Tripty takes the cup of tea from him and gets up and walks away. Admitting his mistake, Mandar asks her to marry Chax because they love each other. But Tripty also reveals that she got pregnant when she was with Chax and there was nothing between them as they have broken up. Tripty makes it clear to Mandar that Chax abandoned her when she needed him the most and therefore she can never take him back. She also tells him that Mandar is her present and she wants a future with him. Thanks for watching. To support our channel, please hit the subscribe button and help make our videos go viral by liking and sharing them. We also encourage you to provide your feedback in the comment section.